Hey, welcome, welcome. It's Meet the Maker Day, and I'm really happy to have somebody with us today, Trevor from A Tea of Life. He also has another brand called Wise Ass, which is a really clever name, I think. And the reason I'm excited to have him here is, first of all, it's November right now when we're actually taping this, and so a lot of people are thinking about holiday seasons, New Year's resolutions, on top of the fact that we're all trying to make healthier alternatives in what we choose. And I think one of the things that really excites me about the product that Trevor has, the beverage that he has, is it is so on trend right now. Beverages are really hot. And there's no question that moving to alternatives in the beverage aisle is something that we're all thinking about as we try and live a little healthier life. So, without further ado, it's my pleasure to bring on Trevor from Tea of Life. Trevor, welcome to Meet the Maker, and you're our first brand in this new format. So, I really appreciate you being our test person today. So thanks so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for the invite, Marcia, and I'm pleased to be your guinea pig for this. I'm
Thanks.
honored.
Well, yeah, I'm a big fan. Ever since you sent me, so I had the pleasure of a case of Trevor's kombucha sent to me, and I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest, Trevor. I have been somebody who I drink until I had Tea of Life and a Wise Ass. I drank kombucha for the health benefits. I didn't really, the flavors really weren't something that I would go and pick out on my own until I had yours. And I just told everybody about it because I was like, okay, you've got to try this kombucha. I know, if you're not a fan of kombucha or you've never tried it before, this is the one you want to try. So really happy to have you here. And we're so happy that you're using Purchase to help you grow your business. So without further ado, I'm going to actually disappear now
Okay.
a little bit and turn this presentation over to you because it's really about you and it's about what you've been able to accomplish at Tea of Life.
Okay. Well, thank you, Marcia. So I am Trevor Jordan. I'm the owner of Tea of Life Kombucha. We're located on the East Coast in it's Canada's chocolate town, St. Stephen, New Brunswick. I'm not sure if you can see this, but this is our brand, Tea of Life. So Tea of Life started. I started brewing Tea of Life in 2017 out of a desire to provide a healthier alternative to my kids who were playing hockey and organized sports at the time. And so they were drinking a lot of power drinks, energy drinks, and things like that had a lot of sugar and a lot of dyes and things like that. And I was just looking for something better, so I started toying with this fermented tea, and I let my kids try it, and they were hooked right from day one. They loved it, and I'll be honest, it actually helped. My middle child had terrible acne for a long time, and we noticed that after about 6 weeks of continually drinking kombucha on a daily basis, his acne cleared up, and it never came back. And we didn't use any medications or anything like that. So I think that was a huge moment for me, realizing that this is a better for you beverage. Oops, sorry, I skipped ahead too. So yeah, that's my personal mission was to make a better tasting, a better, healthier beverage for my children. They're all adults now, but they still drink my product every day. So kombucha is a centuries old recipe. I just put a modern twist on it. We add a lot of organic juices for flavoring, and we don't add any additives or colors. The product is non-pasteurized, so we do keep it alive. That is kind of key for me. You can buy a lot of kombucha out there now that it's heat treated, so there really is no probiotic benefit to it. So my personal mission is to keep it true to style, and we do not have any intentions of pasteurizing. So here's our lineup. We have 6 flavors of our kombucha. in our canned line. They're sold in cases of 24. Let me see. The key attributes of kombucha: they're probiotic, they support digestion, and we get a lot of comments from customers stating that their digestive issues have improved a lot since starting to drink our product. This time of year, people are looking at cold and flu season, so I mean, it is an immunity booster. It helps to balance out your gut, the flora in your gut. A lot of people tell us that they get energized from it. There is a hint of caffeine left over after the ferment from the tea. And it actually tastes really good, as Marcia already mentioned. So, like I said, we have 6 flavors available in our canned line. We have a grapefruit, ginger, black cherry, blueberry, coconut lime, and strawberry hibiscus. I'm trying to jump ahead here, but I guess our buyer's persona is, where you're going to find our product. You're going to, I'm struggling. Sorry. There we go. So we're looking for, health conscious people, younger people that are seeking probiotics, natural ingredients, and willing to pay, a little more for the authentic, locally crafted beverages. And you can find our products in health stores, cafes, markets. Some tap rooms have it. We do have some on tap as well. Why is it doing that? So here's our wholesale pricing. As I mentioned, 24 cans, wholesale at $60. That's $2.50 per can, with an MSRP of $4.25. Some people sell for $4.50. So you're still maintaining your margin of 40%. We offer free shipping on orders over $360 before taxes. Something new I wanted to touch on: we have a new product that we recently launched. It's a premium ginger beer, authentically brewed, low sugar. This is just an add-on product that we developed here alongside of our kombucha. It's called Wise Ass. We call it Wise Ass because it is a mule mixer, and we are low sugar, authentically brewed. So in our opinion, it's the smarter way to make a mule. So that's where the name Wise Ass comes from.
Okay, awesome.
I guess that.
I think I'm back on stream. Trevor, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're just gonna turn off there we go. Now we're both back on stream. Thanks. Tiana's in the background here helping us out with our technology here. She's a bit of a puppet master today for us.
Yeah.
So really appreciate this. So one of the things that you mentioned, a couple of things that really stuck out to me, been in the distribution business for 10 years. One of the key things always is, if I'm a retailer at the end of the day, shelf life is money, right? It's real estate to many retailers. So you've got a 40% margin for those retailers on SRP. And that's something that obviously for a lot of retailers, that's pretty attractive. Is that your feedback from retailers? Do they like the margin?
Yeah, they do. I feel that we're on track with that, like with other kombuchas. I feel that we're competitive. So I mean, there are a lot of mass-produced ones out there that are selling for less, but again, they're mass-produced and they're heat-treated or pasteurized or stabilized with chemicals or things like that. So if you want the true to style living beverage, then you there's a little more that goes into it. So I think it's people will appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And I have privy to the sales velocity you're doing in recurring orders, and I got to tell you that to me speaks more volumes over a lot of you can get into a retailer, but can you stay in the retail? Does the retailer actually have success with your product? Why do you think, or what's the feedback that you're getting from retailers on sales and on why you're getting that recurring revenue and replenishment orders that you're getting from your customers?
I honestly believe it's the way our product makes people feel when they consume it. I've had people tell me that it instantly takes away their heartburn or acid reflux or indigestion. Uh, I've had people tell me it helps them with their bowel issues like IBS and Crohn's and things like that. I can't make health claims, but I really do believe there's something to fermented products, and the more fermented products we can put in our bodies, the more balanced we will become.
Yeah, I agree too. I think science is on your side, right? We're all trying to get a healthier gut biome, and there's so much more research coming out on the importance of prebiotic and probiotic foods and beverages. And, a lot of individuals are looking for a way to get that with confidence and in an easy way, because like you had kids growing up that played hockey. I did too. You're constantly on the go when your kids are small. You're trying to find those great alternatives to traditional sort of grab and goes. I mean, the other thing that really impresses me about this is, this isn't just a product for adults. This is a product for everybody. Would you not agree? You can give it to your kids. You can give it to your seniors. Everybody needs a healthier gut biome.
Absolutely, yes. I do have to caution people that there is a trace amount of alcohol left over from the fermentation process. We have to be below 0.5% to be classed as a soft drink, and so our processes ensure that every time. So we ferment for a full 30 days, and that converts all the sugar and any alcohol that's produced is converted to amino acids during the fermentation process. And so we don't speed things along because we want to maintain our integrity that way.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's talk about customers, because I'm sure that people are watching this and wondering if they have the opportunity to get your product where they are. So let's talk a little bit about where you're selling right now, in relationship to Canada, the U.S. Where will you ship? And if I'm inside Atlantic Canada, is it possible to get your product outside of Atlantic Canada, and what does that look like in terms of volumes and so forth?
Right. Yeah. Well, currently we are only focusing in the Atlantic Canada region, primarily in my own province of New Brunswick. We have our product at several locations around our province. We recently we picked up some orders in Nova Scotia and PEI. So those three provinces are our main target right now, because with a probiotic beverage that requires refrigeration, transportation becomes an issue, especially if we have to go beyond our borders. So we're using currently we actually use a non-refrigerated transport, but it's taking less than 2 days, typically a 2-day turnaround to get our product to anywhere within Atlantic Canada. Outside of that, I'm not sure. We would need to find some refrigerated transportation to move the product, into Quebec or into Ontario or even further into the West.
But if you so right now it's case by case basis. So you're delivering more on a just in time basis, refilling those shelves for those retailers on the SKUs that they're taking. One of the things I was wondering though is if somebody has a pallet order, if they've got 5-6 stores and they've got refrigeration. I mean, I can help you out with refrigerated transport, but if we're looking at palletized orders, that's something that could potentially work for you because you're small batch. I would think that there would be, the ideal store for you might be, a small chain independent retailer at this stage that is looking for, a better for you beverage to complement what they already have. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, that makes sense. If if there are businesses out there like that have multiple locations and they have a headquarters with cold storage, that could always work as well. You could ship a pallet of product to headquarters, and it could be distributed on their end. So that's always an option.
Yeah, sorry, Trevor, I almost interrupted you. So shelf life. I think you mentioned shelf life. Could you just reaffirm? So once it's so your shelf life for those retailers who might be thinking about that. What can you just remind us again what your shelf life is?
Well, we always put a best before of 1 year on our product, but that's if it's maintained in a cold temperature.
Right.
Kombucha really can't spoil because of its high acidic level. But it will convert over time. Even in cold, a non-pasteurized product will still continue to ferment very, very slowly. So after about a year, you'll notice that the flavor it almost dries out, almost like a dry wine. The longer it ferments, the drier it gets because the sugar is all being removed. And so we always say best before 1 year. Now with our ginger beer, the ginger beer on the other hand is a pasteurized product. It is shelf stable.
Okay.
We only have one SKU in that right now, but we do have plans on developing some flavored ginger beers, particularly the blueberry flavored ginger beer, and that could be used as a mixer or as a soft drink on its own. Our ginger beer does mix very well with alcohol, so I'm kind of speaking out of both sides of my mouth because I'm promoting a non-alcoholic on one side, but then the ginger beer, it is non-alcoholic, but it is a mixer primarily. That's the Wise Ass brand to us. Really would be more attractive to like bars, restaurants, or lounges that offer mules on their drink list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I drink, I'm a IPA drinker, so I like things that are, a little more flavor forward, a little more to the bitter. And I loved your ginger beer. I just thought it was fabulous, and I didn't mix it with the darn thing. So, and it was fabulous, just straight up for sure.
Yeah, it's
just one.
Sorry,
go ahead.
It's a nice beverage. It's nice on its own over ice with a squeeze of lemon or lime. And it's got just a hint of heat there too to liven your senses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's like it just gets you. It just zings. It just as soon as you taste it, sort of stays with you a little bit, which is really super cool.
That recipe too, Marcia, the ginger beer recipe is actually less than half the sugar of many leading brands. So that is kind of one of our goals too, was to be low sugar. Not that I don't know as if that's a real key factor at the buyer level, but at the grocery level, it certainly would be. And we may be looking at, if we can get in grocery stores. I know the brand name is a little cheeky, and sometimes at the grocery level it's not accepted. So we may be looking at doing other branding with similar recipes moving forward.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think, personally, I like the brand. I think, we're in a different era. The rhetoric has changed. Obviously, politics has really changed how we speak and there's a lot more leniency in how we throw around brands and language now than we ever did before. Just one more thing I think I also just wanted to make sure that we got across, and that is, for those customers who are in Atlantic Canada, you're not just retail, you're not just canned, you also do food service as well. You do have kegs and do service those food service facilities, those food service providers as well, with restaurants, as you said.
Yes,
restaurants, cafes.
We're very limited with where we can ship our kegs because they need to have two-way shipping, and when our product goes out of province, the two-way shipping becomes very expensive and almost not worth it. So we only have our keg system set up within New Brunswick, just because of that. Because a lot of I have a local courier that brings does the returns for me. it's the same courier that we use for all of Atlantic Canada, but they'll do two-way shipping on our kegs within New Brunswick. A lot of times when we get an order outside of New Brunswick, this courier picks it up and they hand it off to another courier. So we don't want to lose our equipment in shipping, switching hands like that. So we're limited to New Brunswick for that.
Yeah. So I'm going to just I'm bringing up your flavors again. I'm hoping. Do I still have Trevor? I don't think I. Trevor, do I still have you?
I'm here.
Yes, there you are. Okay, perfect. I just really quickly. So if I always think about those folks that are considering this, looking at the 6 SKUs. One of the first questions I'm sure you get all the time is, what's your best sellers? If somebody was going to start off with 3 SKUs, 4 SKUs, what would you suggest would be a good mix to merchandise for the retailer out of the gate?
Well, our absolute best seller is always blueberry. It has been from the start. That's one of the first flavors we've done. So our top 4 would be blueberry, coconut lime is second, and followed by strawberry and ginger. Grapefruit, that one is a little bit tricky because a lot of people have cholesterol issues and they're on statins, so they can't consume grapefruit. To me, the grapefruit flavor is fantastic. It reminds me a lot of a Radler, only without the booze. And of course, ginger has so many health properties on its own too. So we actually had 8 flavors a year ago, and we reduced it to 6 just because we noticed that some of our other flavors, we did a lemonade and we did a lemon ginger, they weren't selling as much as these 6. So we stick with this lineup for now. And we do have ideas, like some of our flavors that we have in our kegs that we serve on tap. We may move some of them into our canning line as well. We have a mango pineapple that's really quite popular in the summer. And right now we have spiced cranberry apple on for the holidays. So we do some seasonal stuff there as well.
Well, that's really good. So those individuals who may be looking at, summer assortments, next year, Christmas, great to get on your radar. So good things to put on your list for when you're doing your category resets for summer, and I think the coconut lime is to die for. That was a surprise for me that I loved it so much, but I did really enjoy that. But it was summer when you sent it to me too, so it was perfect. It was a nice alternative to a gin and tonic. I was keeping it clean, so it was great. Well, listen, we've taken a lot of your time, Trevor, but I really do appreciate this overview of Tea of Life and Wise Ass. Again, a couple things, just some housekeeping. Trevor is available to connect with at info@teaoflife.ca, right? Trevor, is it .ca?
That's our email. Our website is teaoflife.ca as well.
And you'll also find Trevor in the marketplace on Purchase. And so that's, of course, purchase.io. So you can connect with Trevor in the marketplace and you just simply do a connect, and that's going to get you right over to Trevor, and he can set up an account for you, and you can start working through your first order. And of course, if you have questions, if you still want some information beyond that and have some specific questions around your particular store, Trevor's awesome to talk to, and he's super accessible. Again, really appreciate you being here with us today, Trevor. And let's all enjoy the holidays and with a little bit of Tea of Life.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Marcia. I just wanted to say that I'm happy with the way the Purchase platform works. For me, I'm still struggling to get some people to sign up, but I'm using it personally, and I'm inputting my orders. And it at first I was a little overwhelmed, but I'm finding it very user friendly now.
Well, you know what? We really appreciate that feedback, and we're a startup too, so we're always looking for feedback on how we can improve. And it's like everything that Purchase is so different. It's so new for a lot of retailers that you get the first group of retailers that come on board quickly, and the others will follow. They just need to get in there and experience how easy it is to put through an order. So we're happy to be working with you and do appreciate all the feedback that you've given us to make Purchase a better platform as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Have a great holiday season, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.